Hey everybody, Brian Abbey. Another edition of Dear Abby is here, and Dave asks a great question I think applies to most of us. Hey Dave, great question. I think a question that a lot of people have, strong believers in fact, just like you, that can share about their faith and are willing to share about their faith, especially when asked. But the reality is we're not getting asked that all that much. And so we have to look for opportunities to kind of change the conversation into a spiritual conversation, not in a cheesy way at all, hopefully not at least. But I use things just like everyday conversations. Right now, highly recognizable cup right here, the red Starbucks holiday cup. You see people Facebooking and tweeting about it. The red holiday cups are here. Well, just standing in line to get my cup of coffee and hearing people talk about the holidays, it just brings up nostalgic memories for people. So I will turn a conversation into a spiritual conversation simply by asking, hey, what excites you about this time of the year? Maybe people will say, hey, I love playing board games with my kids, or I love singing the Christmas carols, and asking, well, what's your favorite Christmas carol? Maybe they'll say Silent Night, following up and saying, do you know what that song's about? It leads into a spiritual conversation. Maybe you can share why that special song means a lot to you. Other conversations, just yesterday, after speaking at an event, the youth pastor and I went out to Chili's, and our waiter had a tattoo on his arm that said chaos. So I just asked him simply, hey, what is that tattoo about? And he said that when he was 4 or 5 years old, he was actually caught in the crossfire of some gang warfare that was taking place, and his parents had to hide him in the laundromat and all this stuff. It was an incredible story. As he came back to bring us our refills on our Cokes, I asked him, I said, how are you going to leverage that story? He looked at me like, what are you talking about leveraging this story? And I said, well, God spared your life 20 years ago. What do you think He still has you here for? And how are you going to use that story to influence others? Going back and forth, because he's delivering the food and everything and waiting on other tables, we ended up having a great conversation. He has a Catholic background, but it got him thinking, how can I use this story? And just in our conversation, we made some connections, connected the dots that the guy that I was with actually has discipled some of his best friends. And he's interested now in coming, checking out the young adult group at that church. And my youth pastor buddy's going to follow up with him. So for most of us, it just means taking a little bit of risk, taking everyday conversations and risking a little bit and asking people about their life. People like sharing about themselves, and I think that we can then turn it into a spiritual conversation by just risking a little bit. So I'm challenging you, Dave, take some risks.